Oh man, so a green day for crypto. Bitcoin up 3.8% despite equities markets being fairly flat. Pretty interesting level, and you're seeing a lot of buy the dip action happening on Bitcoin, but is there going to be a further dip? We're also going to look at a few important coins such as Phantoms, Solana. We're also going to look at Avalanche to find out how low can they go and where do we think they can easily get back to in the next run up. So make sure you watch this video, hit that the like button and subscribe. Watch till the very end. As always, if you'd like my perspective, check out the course member live streams, ijaz.uk/member. Let's get straight into the action. And the first thing I want to show you is I want to flick across to the Bitcoin chart. And what we'll see here is if I head over into the hourly chart, you will remember that what we were forming was this bearish continuation pattern in this wedge. Now, we mentioned yesterday when we broke to the downside that we need to look to 3 points for support. The first pivot point was number 1 here, and you can see we lost that level. The second point was sitting here at 28,700. You can see that's exactly where we're getting our bounce, which is really interesting. And now we're starting to see us start to try climb back to 30,000, which is really good. What we have to be wary of, however, is a retest. Okay, so what can happen is sometimes you get a retest where this happens. We need to keep an eye on that, but at the moment we are seeing some strong buy the dip coming in at the level at the second pivot point, which is about 28,700. So that's a good sign here for crypto. And the other critical sign I've noticed is we're up 3 to 4% today, but US equity markets are flat. So I wouldn't have expected Bitcoin to have such a positive day when the crypto markets were flat, but I think the market was expecting, crypto was expecting the market to open up horribly in the red. So maybe it's taking its chance to say, let's have a rally because stock markets aren't falling as bad as they were yesterday. Yesterday was a really, really bad day, down almost 4% on Dow Jones, guys. It's one of the worst days since 2020. Well, the worst day since 2020 for the Dow Jones index, which is the bluest blue chips, right? Walmart, Target, these companies really were getting bashed yesterday. I think Target fell 25% yesterday, one of the worst day in its history. So if you think this is just crypto, it's not. The whole market is not having it right now, and that should hopefully give you conviction to say, hang on, I've not picked the wrong investments, I've not picked the wrong coins, I'm going to continue to double down on some of my favorite plays, and that's exactly what this video is about. Let's start off by taking a look at something like Phantom. And again, Phantom's following the same pattern, right? It's broke down from its wedge. As Bitcoin starts to rotate, you can see coins starting to rotate as one. Phantom up 8.3%. Again, double the rate that Bitcoin's moving, which just goes to strengthen the coin, and it'll remind you and give you a clue of how quickly these things can bounce back. What I want to do is I want to head across into the weekly chart. We want to start looking at, how big a move can we see next? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Fibonacci extension tool, and I'm going to start from the swing low at 15 cents, and we're going to go all the way up to the wick of our high, which was at about $3 and 46-ish, I think it was roughly. Let's click that there. And what you'll see is, I know there's a lot of lines here, but I'll read them out to you anyway. But what we want to get to is our golden ratio level. That's sitting between $2.19 and $2.30. That would be a comfortable area for us long term to start working our way back towards. And that's a really comfortable area before we can start mounting attack to all times highs. And just imagine if you're buying now at 30 cents and your target price comfortable, this is not breaking new territory. Something Phantom's been to already, $2.90 to $2.30 is going to give you some tremendous returns on your coins. And right now, these are the coins I'm focused on. These are the ones that I want to be buying right now and nibbling on and buying heavier if Bitcoin falls anymore. You need to get your portfolio prepared now for the next run up. That's exactly what I'm doing in the markets. Again, let's take Solana as an example. If we take the Solana chart, I've drawn the similar thing. And what you can see on Solana is my golden ratio from swing low to swing high would then take me towards $172 to $180 here on Solana. Again, you're picking up Solanas at 50. So an easy triple up just to get to known territory, right? This is known territory in there, and we can get there quite comfortably. I mean, for Solana's obviously run up to 260 plus. So for it to get to 172, 180 is just the 0.618 Fibonacci level, and it's something that's really possible in our next run up on crypto. Let's carry on and let's take a look at something like Avalanche. And let's take a look at the same thing. And again, Avalanche, swing low to swing high. Let's look at the Fibonacci area. You're looking at a $94 to $98 mark here on Avalanche. So again, you're picking up Avalanche at 30. So an easy 3x just to get back in here when crypto decides. Now, what I don't know and what I can't tell you is how long will crypto want to be here at the bottom? And to be honest, the reality is the longer the better. right? And even if it fell a little bit lower, it's fine, because this is the area where you're going to accumulate. As long as we have conviction that it's going to at some point do this, that's where you're going to get your return. This is the accumulation period, and as long as you think eventually it's going to go to the upside, the longer it wants to stay at the bottom and Bitcoin wants to stay at around between 25 and 30, the better it is for us, right? We can continue to accumulate and build out our portfolios. Let's also take a look at something like Algorand. And if we're looking at Algorand, again, if you were to take this move, I've got a bit of a messy chart here. Let's see if I can get a cleaner one. Let's use this one. But coming from this swing low all the way up to the swing high, it's a comfortable return to 183 to 189 here on Algorand. So for me, the risk to reward sitting on these coins right now, Algorand, you're buying at 45 cents to return back to 185, 189 without breaking new all-time highs. These are the kind of plays I want to be buying right now. I do not want to be buying, because a lot of people are asking me about something like ApeCoin. And ApeCoin, I mentioned, if it's sitting around $5-6, fine. You can have a nibble at it. But these, even though it's come down at this point, any money I put in ApeCoin is at the expense of something I'm putting into one of these layer one solutions, which I was just sharing. Phantom, Cosmos, Solana, Algorand, ADA, which we're going to look at shortly as well, right? So why would I want to play into a coin which has to go into price discovery to do a crazy 3x, has to head to, all the way back up here? I mean, there's far better risk to reward plays. That doesn't mean I think ApeCoin is a bad project. It's just not the right time for me to be allocating attention to it right now. That can change, but just not right now. Now, if I move across to ADA, same thing. Let's go on to Cardano and look at our weekly chart. Let's get this tidied up. And again, let's do swing low to swing high. We're going to have to do this fresh because this is old. So you have to excuse the messy charts because obviously there's loads going on. Even if we were to take it from here, swing low to swing high on Cardano, very crudely, $2 to $2.10 on Cardano is easy. Again, a 4x when you're sitting at 50 cents on something like Cardano. So this is my focus right now, guys. These are the coins I'm focused on accumulating, whilst Bitcoin wants to sit down here and play around at this level at 30,000. Let's say it starts heading towards 32. Great. I'm going to accumulate a little bit quicker. If we falls towards 25, I'm accumulate even larger here. Okay. But if it wants to move around between this channel and be in a bit of a sideways market for a while, great. It gives us time to focus on our portfolio, get enough of these solid layer one plays in there ready for the run up on the next cycle. And that's the aim of the game right now. When others are fearful, when Fear and Greed Index, I think it's sitting at 13 today. Yep, 13 today on Fear and Greed Index. While it's sitting like this and everybody's nervous, nobody's talking about crypto. Oh, crypto's boring right now. Nobody's talking about it. This is when we get to work. We build our conviction. We remind ourselves of the great work these layer one solutions are doing, and we build our portfolio accordingly. Now, do not forget, for every one of these other coins that you're adding, add them in proportion of small caps, medium caps, small caps, okay, large caps, okay? Really important you have enough Bitcoin and Ethereum, at least for me, 50% of your portfolio, and then start working through some large caps. You can't just have a whole load of Algorand on its own, or a whole load of Phantom on its own, or a whole load of Avalanche even on its own, right? We've seen that with Luna. So go and build a stable portfolio with Bitcoin, with Ethereum. If you buy too much Phantom, balance it out with some Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? If you buy too much Algorand, balance it out with some ADA or some Solana. Keep a balanced portfolio, and that is the way to go. Now, I've seen some advice around getting into, ecosystem plays. For me right now, if you're going to get into ecosystem plays, and what I call ecosystem plays are the things behind the layer ones. So, for example, if you're investing in the DEXs, or you're investing in any of the DeFi plays on Phantom, on Solana, on ADA, you really want to be doing so with a small part of your portfolio. Right now is not the time for that. If you think of crypto as risky as it is, you've got Bitcoin, you've got Ethereum, you've got large caps, then you've got your small caps. But to go a layer underneath that to projects, right? Small projects, which some of them are, 500 million, 400 million, 300 million market cap, less, right? You're going to be taking a risk. And make sure that's a really small, controlled part of your portfolio, something you're really willing to lose, because those are the risky plays right now. I would far rather focus my attention on the coins we've covered just now, plus Matic and Link, which we want to cover off in other videos as well. I mean, just look at this, guys. Matic sitting at 64 cents. Crazy, right? Crazy price point here on Matic. Again, if we take swing low to swing high, for me, the golden ratio is sitting at $2, $2.12 comfortably here for Matic to return. Remember, it wasn't long ago that Matic was sitting close to $3 there, and it looked like we were breaking higher towards our 168 level. Our price point was $4.30 on Matic on that breakout. Okay. So if we look at DOT, Polkadot, again, this ecosystem is far better than it was when it ran up to its highs. It created its highs at $55. Again, a comfortable return back to the Fibonacci level will give you $34 to $35 here on something which you're buying for under $10 now on Polkadot. Chainlink, another solid project. Again, comfortably can return back to the Fibonacci level at $37 to $39. You're buying at 7. That's a 7x on not crazy coins, guys. Remember what I said? You just need to learn how to 10x your portfolio with the least amount of risk possible. Now you're doing that with coins that have been through bear markets, coins that have been there, seen there, done that have good teams, solid projects. You don't need to risk on some crazy coin right now that we've never heard about. You don't need to buy a certain NFT play. You don't. There's solid projects that have been there. And you just need to pick them up, put them in your portfolio, because right now they're just getting overly hammered because the market's down, because of the global situation, because of what happened with Luna. And you really are picking up some nice bargains here in the layer 1 space. Now, what we'll probably do is do some more deeper dives and do individual videos for some of these layer 1 solutions. Do check the channel for other videos on some of your favorite layer 1 solutions. Just search up whichever one you like, and no doubt I've made videos on them in the past. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as always. Don't forget to smash up the like button and subscribe. If you appreciate my perspective, consider joining the course member live streams, ijaz.uk/member, and I'll see you in the next one.